I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for coming. As you see, and remember Karen retired last week and Angie is at a conference, so the three of us will do the best we can to make sure these meetings this morning don't have any mistakes. So with that, unfinished business, we have a lease for an announcement.
Good morning. Anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Elise Vance. I'm the Director of Community Development here at the county.
May I interrupt?
Yeah.
Might be better because this is gonna be viewed. Can I invite you up to the podium?
Center for Rand.
I want Randy to get every word.
So I'll look up to you.
Again, anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Elise Vance. I'm the Director of Community Development for Jefferson County. I just wanted to share, and thank you for letting me speak this morning, that Jefferson County has been awarded $663,000 in competitive CDBG funds, Community Development Block Grant, commonly known as CDBG. That will help the Brockway Borough with their local contribution toward a phase of a $977,000 project for water infrastructure improvements. As many of you might have heard, there were water quality concerns with asbestos cement pipes in the borough of Brockway. The Department of Development here has worked closely with Brockway Borough and the project engineers to prepare this application, which we submitted in February. We're very grateful to Governor Josh Shapiro, who has already done a press release on this, and the county's legislative delegation for this award for a phase of a very critical project, estimated at a total of $50 million. So this will complete about a 50th of that project. I have a press release available that I'll hand out at the end of the meeting, and I will be around for any questions. Any further comment?
Does anybody have any questions while Lisa's still there?
Is this the same one you referred to the last meeting?
Likely. I'm trying to remember exactly
Maybe.
what I would have. So the county receives an entitlement every year. We received our entitlement funds that we are supplementing with this competitive application. So it's about $204,000 the county has allocated toward the borough of Brockway. We applied for these competitive funds in February and received the award for $663,000. And the borough has committed $125,000 in engineering fees, and that will total the project of $977,000.
What fund does that come under? DCD or?
Out of DCD, yes.
Yeah.
And I have copies of the press releases, of course, for you all and anyone else who might want one at the end of the meeting.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, may I?
Inevitable, go ahead.
Thank you.
First and foremost, Elise, thanks for your work on securing those funds for Brockway water system. And I did want to share that, for an extended period of time, the Board of Commissioners has been alert to and cognizant of the Brockway water system concerns. And as a board, this was one of the ways that we wanted to bring effort and material assets to deal with that problem. So thank you for not only for doing the work, but doing it successfully. And also want to acknowledge, because he won't do it for himself, Commissioner Sargent has been on the Board of Commissioners, the point person to keep our focus on this very critical issue of Brockway. So helping us have our efforts and attention.
It's been a great group effort.
More to do.
At least in your press release, are there details about the scope of the project?
Yes.
I thought it.
Good. Okay, moving on, looking for a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting dated June 9th, 2026 as presented.
Motion. Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Motion carried. Looking for a motion to approve the actual invoices in the amount of $1,150,902.20 for the period June 5th through June 18th, 2026.
So moved. Seconded.
Maybe roll.
Okay, I'll vote yes on that.
I'll vote yes.
Yes, also. Looking for a motion to approve the actual payroll in the amount of $346,252.71 for the period of May 31st through June 13th, 2026.
I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
I vote yes on that.
Yes.
And also, yes. Looking for a motion to approve the amended contract with Community Action Inc. for medical assistant transportation program services trip rate from $46.50 to $64.80.
So
Seconded.
Roll call, please.
I vote yes.
yes.
Yes, also, I'm sorry, Commissioner North. You may have a comment on the difference in rates.
Yes, this is, for those that may be attentive to the MATP or Medical Assistance Transportation Program. This adjustment is done annually. It's to keep Jefferson County in alignment with the program. The program is administered through Community Action on behalf of Jefferson County. They communicated the new rate, but it can't become effective until the commissioners take this action. So this is something that we do yearly, and will continue to as long as the current system is in place.
Does that also have to be okay by the state?
It does. It does. Thank you.
Moving on, looking for a motion to appoint Angela Burridge as chief clerk for the county of Jefferson.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Looking for a motion to appoint Angela Burridge as opens records officer for the county of Jefferson.
Make the motion.
I'll second that one.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. Public comment. Lisa, I think you have another.
Would you like me at the podium again?
Please.
That's good. So I also wanted to announce that Jefferson County has been awarded $400,000 in Home Investment Partnerships Program, otherwise known as the HOME Program. This is also through DCED. This will be countywide for housing rehabilitation initiatives for owner occupied homes. So these funds will be for income eligible households within the Section 8 income guidelines based on household sizes for homeowners throughout the county. At this time, the program waitlist is closed as we already have existing applicants that have been identified for the funding allocation. Any questions on that funding source? That is not a press release.
Then this wasn't competitive, this was.
It's not an entitlement, no. We have to submit an application for this.
Any kind of grant.
Off the top of my head, that exact grant, I want to say we had 2017 money. Can I look that up for you? Any other questions?
You say this is section 8, right?
So that would be the income guidelines we would go by. Section 8, that's how eligible applicants would qualify, but we've already identified applicants off of our wait list.
Give us a rough idea what kind of repairs you're looking at. Broad scope.
Generally, roof replacements are very common, window replacements are very common.
Think home integrity. Integrity of the house.
Oh, okay. House of Representatives.
Not
Not quite.
Not quite. Good. Go to section 8.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Lee.
Why do you this?
Our wait list is closed for this at this time because we already have a wait list where we've identified applicants.
But if people have questions.
Questions, yep, to me, absolutely.
Okay, still under public comment. Caleb,
One way up there.
please.
My name is Caleb Hayes, for those who I haven't met yet. Of course, we've heard the chat about data center coming in. I'm not on either side, but I travel across a lot of the country and I've seen how data centers start, whether they're butted up against a major city or around the country. I've seen the pros and cons. I was just curious if anyone here has been approached with any environmental studies yet. Proposed anything?
Not to my knowledge.
Any impact studies yet?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. May I ask what everyone's thoughts here are on a proposed data center?
As long, we can't stop them from coming in.
Right.
As, you know, we don't have countywide zone. So we've been working, with the municipalities and townships to make them aware of. And if they choose to do ordinance, resolutions, whatever they need to do at that level. You know, Elise is working on a CELDO for the county that hopefully September, by the end of the year, maybe.
The goal is the end of the year.
Yeah. That it'll be finalized and, my knowledge is that that'll be mentioned. And that'll be basically, please correct me, the regulations along with land use, water, any stuff like that. So you just have to regulate what, you know, the county and or townships, municipality would like to see
Yeah.
of any of these coming in.
Yeah, because I mean, looking at the land mass up there, the fact that there's already a solar plant going in, there's Marcellus as well up there that, I mean, they could slap in a couple combustion turbines. There's been a lot of proposals that these companies need to be able to provide their own power. If there's I guess a sales pitch that will use the solar farm that's only going to be roughly 172 usable megawatts when it's producing. If this is going to be a hyper center with multiple multi-million square foot campuses, we know Brookville can't supply that water. Right. So they would be looking at sourcing water from on site. Looking at the watershed, we have a couple wild trout streams. There are bald eagles up in that area. This is just me as an outdoorsman, like that perspective. I understand it could bring in some good things to the area, but I mean, if they're looking at having source water, that's where I was concerned about the environmental studies, impact studies, the watershed, the local streams around there. Just so you said that should be popping up towards the end of the year.
Do you mind if I elaborate on
Please.
that? So SALDO is subdivision and land development ordinance for anyone who may not know. We currently do not have a countywide SALDO. Some of our municipalities do have a SALDO at this time. Some do not. Our countywide one would cover those who do not have theirs or maybe would choose to rescind their current one.
Okay.
The data centers, the hot topics, data centers, solar farms, things of that nature, we are exploring to put in the SALDO. We don't have anything hammered out officially at this time. We did have a public meeting and that was a point of concern that was brought up. So we are certainly exploring that. Like Chairman Sarchik said, we can't tell them they cannot come here, but we can give them some guidelines that would help to protect our areas, our property values, our tourism here in the area.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, because you got one side of the argument, everyone likes the quaint, historic, tiny Brookvilles left alone. And you have the other side of the argument. Supposedly one of our largest exports are our kids. They leave the area and don't come back. I don't know, my graduating class in Dupless. However, I know quite a few people that stuck around in the area from Brookville and Dupless. They've started businesses and flourishing life here. So that argument, I forget where that's coming from, but, yeah, it could boost some things in the area, but my biggest concern is if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, doing it safely, making sure it's messed up for future generations. I don't know how long I'm gonna be living in the area. She'd like to live in the area for a while.
Awesome.
So as well as my boys, so, yeah. so if it's-
May I ask, Caleb, what section of the county are you talking about? The one in Salger?
The
or-
one is over.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are just my concerns, that's about it, but, I'll be able to hit you up for questions later on.
Awesome. I have cards.
Yeah, I'm ready to come in with the work of our council, just so you know. The feedback we're getting from our municipal authority is that we could supply 1.2 million gallons to Salter. It would stretch us to do a second data center.
Right.
Therefore, the borough council, that's our one.
Yeah.
Has imposed a moratorium of 180 days to find out more information.
Yeah.
Just for your information.
Right.
Mr. Hayes,
Yes, sir.
to further speak to your issue and also offer or maybe just better elucidate on what the county's doing and, where those lines are. The subdivision and land development ordinance is something that's being worked on right now. We're actually, all of our neighboring counties, we're the only ones that don't have one. So we see that is certainly something we need to explore. Data centers is a component of that. It would have broad implications and ultimately, if it's something that this board would act upon, it would be an ordinance. The commissioners would vote. And then, I don't want to get ahead of things. A decision would have to be made to approve or not approve that ordinance. But speaking just for myself, the intention would be that it would establish general guidelines not to impede or be an unnecessary encumbrance on property owners, but also protect property values. So as this is being framed out, the team that's working on it right now, they're touching upon data centers, solar farms, other uses, and trying to build a plan that's flexible enough to anticipate, what's coming.
Right.
So, 10 years ago, at least in my world, data center didn't exist.
Right.
So what's going to evolve 10 years from now or 20 years from now? We want to have a plan that future boards and future planning commissions will say, this is evolving. We need to posture our county to, take advantage of it and protect ourselves from it.
Right.
So on the specific issue of data centers, I know the planning commission and the board have been doing a lot of homework. Just to kind of drill into that, maybe a couple more levels. You hit on some key points. Water usage, depending upon how it's arrayed, is a big component. Electricity demand by whatever means. And interesting, you did your homework on electricity. Solar farms, though, are part of an energy grid. They don't produce quantities of electricity in large amounts. It takes a lot of solar panels to make electricity. And data centers, the way they are now, need a lot of electricity. So I frame that as color the background, and now to get to the main point that I wanted to offer is that though the county is working on a subdivision and land development ordinance, something that we have said and repeated to the boroughs and townships of Jefferson County, if they have an issue that needs attention now, the boroughs and townships need to take action now. In Pennsylvania, the municipality's planning code gives the borough and township the dominant seat at the table. County government in Pennsylvania is very much the minority in how counties are across the United States. In most states, county government is your source of planning, land use, fire, emergency services, police, and things like that. Not the case here. That also extends to land use. The other thing that is a caution for our boroughs and townships waiting for us is the township or borough in question may not find that the product that we end up with, if we end up with one at all, it may not be to their satisfaction. And I'm gonna borrow Elisa's point here because I think it's one worth stressing, and that is that though a borough or township could say, well, we like what the county had developed and we'll rescind ours, or in most of our rural townships where there isn't land guidance whatsoever, then the county provides that broadly knitted safety net for them. And that may be fine where there's nothing, or the development is slow to, incremental. In municipalities where growth is right there, they're on the cusp. I would caution them again, don't wait on us. And don't rely upon our product, because they may find that our product isn't as restricted. Because ultimately what the county, what we as a board of commissioners will have to do, when the planning commission presents us with a product, we have to have a shoe that can fit Timlin Borough, Border Township, Heath Township, Falls Creek, Big Run, Gaskill, Eldred, everyone who either doesn't have one or they may consider rescinding it. It's going to be a product that has to be applicable across the board, and a municipality, pick one that's close to lines of communication where development's taking place. They may say, that isn't the product we need. So to come back in summation and emphasis, your municipality should not wait. If they think they need to act upon this issue, they should do so now, because they can also do it more quickly.
Right, so to that point, I've heard in some other areas where townships they're reluctant with this moratorium to enact anything that may fight off or ward off any moving forward with data centers, because they're afraid to be taken to court.
I very reluctantly drift from sticking to what I know to what I think. So I'm gonna very cautiously drift into what I think. What I think is that any borough or township or city, for that matter, any municipal government who says that you can't do something, it invites a legal problem. But if you have manageable restrictions and requirements, and I'm just going to use broad terms like setbacks from buildings, screening, setbacks from property lines, parking, impervious area coverage, things like that. That's where I think a borough or township can strategize on, okay, if it's going to come, it has to meet these conditions. Right. And to your municipality, whichever one in which you live, some people will cross this bridge. And if I were in their shoes, well, I'd do the same thing we've done in our Saldo journey. We inquired of all the counties in our area and said, what do you do and what does yours look like? And we picked what we thought was most appropriate for Jefferson County as we see this process mature. Your municipality should borrow those thoughts. Someone's done this kind of work. Yeah. They should see what others have done effectively, and borrow success.
So I got it.
Thanks, Mr. Hayes.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we have a public meeting coming up in August sometime. You might want to attend that. Is it the 7th?
We don't have a date hammered out yet. We're still working on making sure we get everything completed by that time before we advertise a public work session. So if you want to touch base with me and give me your email, I can certainly add you to that list for when I send out the invite to that. The intention of that public meeting would be to discuss the draft saldo we would have at that point.
Yeah.
And receive anyone's comments on it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I have to ask you, what exactly is a data center? I'm trying to understand what it is, but it's.
That's a really good question. Lisa, do you wanna?
I mean, if I'm putting it into layman's terms, I guess,
Your color, your hair is darker than ours. So
I-
You're a better person.
it's growing grayer by the moment being put on the spot like this.
That was the question.
Large warehouse, lots of electronics that need cooling. That would be where a lot of your internet usage, I guess, would be processed. I'm sure I'm putting anyone who works in that field, that they are ashamed of my explanation of this, but for lack of better terms,
It's a good
a lot of cooling, a lot of use of water.
Eats electricity more. My,
They say the average American uses a data center 100 times a day without even knowing.
Yes, unfortunately, our society is very accustomed to what these data centers provide. If you're using online drives, clouds, emails, Netflix, health portals,
Exactly.
any of that, you are using data centers.
Ms. Reed, do you have any comment?
Yeah, dude. A little bit.
So I'm Karen Reed, resident of Brookville, moved here in the 90s, raised my kids here. And my concern is data center development, responsible data center development. Again, it's encouraging hearing about the saldo that you're finally getting around to, acknowledging that the surrounding counties have them. Was encouraged to see Brookville Borough did a moratorium, trying to find that ordinance. I'll track it down at some point. But I was at a celebration out at Temerity Ale Works 2 Sundays ago. And folks there were from all over. People came down from Erie, Clarion, Venango, Jefferson, and Clearfield for this celebration of Flag Day. It's basically what it was. So I had found a petition online to take, and what it does is it addresses the issues that you've talked about, environmental studies, impact studies, and I got 35 signatures right off the bat saying, yes, we want responsible AI development. It's going to get mailed to Governor Shapiro for him to look at. And again, the environmental studies are of critical importance. The other use, they're going to clear cut that area if it would happen to be approved and go through whatever. But there's something called, if we dig in the dirt and we start putting money in, you can't stop us, kind of thing. So that has to all be, again, our high fishery, our high value streams are all in there. Our water, it's a big, big concern. And the other thing is the impact of the impervious surface. When that warehouse goes up and the rainwater comes down and it's not soaking up in those wonderful timber areas anymore and the bogs and the things. I've hunted my whole life and I haven't hunted on that tract, but I think the Reed Farm is back there. I've tried to look at the map to see. So there's just a lot of environmental concerns if it is not responsibly developed. Elise, you said a public meeting. What public meeting were you referring to that?
The public meeting to present the draft of the saldo.
No, the one you mentioned there was a public meeting where it came to your attention about AI data center.
We held a public meeting when we announced the process of the saldo
Oh,
to receive opinions on
because I
what
went to the one
they
they
might
might
want
want
to
CA, which was climate change. And there were 9 people there and 4 of them were children. But again, it was put on by the DEP and it was real encouraging. There was a woman there from, I believe, Barnett Township, who is with the Pennsylvania, she was a member of, you have your township thing and then you have a representative that goes to the state and you get all kinds of things. So she brought back stuff. So they're gonna be working on something to do it. I'm just gonna start going to every single township meeting that I can get to and encourage other people to come with me. And we are looking to maybe do a more formal group, but I'm just, one little voice, but now I got two. Caleb, you're with me now. I found you. You ain't going nowhere. And Jeff, you asked, was he aware of any other areas in the county? Are you aware of any other areas in the county where there were peaks?
Not officially, I think there has been rumors, different sections.
Because there was one down on the Mahoning Creek, a guy selling 34 acres. I don't think they're gonna put an AI data center on 34 acres.
Really not big.
But a solar farm, and I'm not against solar farms at all. Throw some goats in. They'll take care of the underbrush and things like that. Although I'm not in favor of them clear cutting a place to put in a solar farm. There's lots of land around that can be used for that. So that's my 2 cents on the subject. I applaud your forward thinking to get this done. And let's all just work together. If it's inevitable, make it be responsible. Just the noise hum alone. I live at the end of Oak Street up by the library and the interstate. They're moving it, so it's gonna be a little further beyond from where I am. But when the wind blows a certain way, that is just and the hum that's gonna come, hey, that rhymes, is gonna be unbearable if they do happen to put it, because they do use gas powered generators when they don't have enough. Okay. Thanks, folks.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Closing public comments, we'll go to the press. Ask if you have any other questions? Patty? Andy?
Just one, the increase in the community action medical assistance, is that county money? That's the
Master's.
Commonwealth.
department.
Find out for you.
Just make some additional.
I mean, I have it.
No, it's okay, it's not done.
DHS. Here it is. This is the DHS.
Thank
you. I bring these things for you.
I appreciate it. Tell them that was great.
Our next meeting will be here July 14th at 10:30. Keep in mind, July 3rd, our offices are closed for the 4th of July holiday. With that, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
All right, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
We'll be having a